What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic day. We are here early morning here in Arizona. We are video on how setting up these tubs, from everything from the foundation tubs to how we're connecting it, pretty much everything. And we're in the process of that, so that will be coming out. But that's going to be a longer video. Um, so expect that soon, because I know a lot of people did want to see us set up these tubs. But for this video, how good all the plants we brought here are doing in these outside tanks. So we normally don't run a light on this, so it normally looks like this. It just gets, whatever the sunlight it gets from during the day. Like I said, it's the morning here. It's about 6 in the morning, so it's a pretty good color though. We have, obviously that's all, I just planted this about 2 weeks ago as shorter things. This is all Alternanthera reneki. We have the Carolinia, or the Bacopa rather. And then these are some red lilies actually. This is a different type of lily. We're not selling it yet, and this is the first time we're showing it on camera. But hopefully this is a plant we will be carrying. We got this from Aquarium Co-op, and we're seeing how it does. Since you guys like the regular Taiwan lilies so much, we wanted to get a new variety, a red variety of lily. But and then of course the floating plant is hornwort. But yeah, that's the natural daylight and the 29 breeder. So let's look at it with the light on and see if how the colors change. You can see a bit more red, definitely see the hornwort a bit better. And yeah, so we also, we're doing a bunch more plants. We got water wisteria down there. We have floating lilies there, planted lilies there. We have some crypts in here. These are all red crypts. Same thing in here, along with a couple full gold. And down the line, of course, we have this tank with planted lilies as well as floating, I guess that's kind of pearlweed. So yeah, this came from Colorado. All these plants are freshly planted, doing good. And then this tank is exploding. This is where I took all the cuttings from. And this is, again, no light. This is just natural daylight. Morning light at that, not even intense. So we have all the Alternanthera, and then we have some water wisteria in here, and that's more of the red crypts. This is actually where I took a lot of the crypt from. And then down here, of course, we're getting our Java moss propagating. We kind of ran out of that, so we're getting that propagating to fill up this 20-gallon, and then we'll start selling that again. But we have a ton of this, and it does so good. Of course, these tanks are getting CO2, but the main factor is the root tabs. CO2 and root tabs together, you get crazy growth like this in a matter of a week or two. I mean, these were all just down about this high. Now they're up to the top of the tank in 2 weeks. And this is, you see how you make it bush out like this is actually doing the cuttings. The more you cut it, it'll grow it's like a hydra, it grows 2 heads or 2 stems wherever you make the cut. Generally, the way these stem plants work is the highest node on the plant acts as kind of the brain, and when you cut that, the next highest stem on it becomes the brain, the new brain, if you will. So yeah, that's how that works most of the time. Of course, there are always exceptions. Then of course over here we just have tons, it's hard to see with the light right now, tons of Rotala. That gets a really wild look. Here's the same thing, another tank of it, look, and the natural sunlight. None of these tanks have lights on them. They just are getting CO2 and a sponge filter. So that's just floating Rotala. then at the very bottom here, we just have a ton of hornwort in a glass bare bottom tank. We don't need substrate in there. It's just growing mass amounts of hornwort. And of course we have, plants in all the tubs. Some of them have guppy grass like that one. Most of them have pearlweed, like that one has hornwort and pearlweed, but the rest of these pretty much have pearlweed only, except for a couple of them. So tons of plants as always. That is the key to success with a lot of these fish. If you want to breed them and keep your tanks, really, really, really clear all the time, is sponge filters, bottom feeders, live plants. And that generally will create a very well maintained and balanced ecosystem within your tank. We don't do pH test kits, we don't do all of that chemical testing type things. The one thing I did check was my TDS back in Colorado versus my TDS here, and we went from about anywhere from 70 to 140 to about 700 to 800. So we definitely had a TDS increase, but everything seems to be doing well with the switch. Plants are thriving, fish are thriving. I did have some shrimp die, but only in one tank, oddly. I'm not sure what happened there. The other 4 or 3 tanks of shrimp are okay. So alright guys, look forward to that video where we make the pond, show you how to do that, and coming out soon, and I'll see you in the next video.